Hey everybody, Laura St. John here from Strong Confident Living with two amazing people today that we are kind of doing a live interview. My friend Lauren Stortz is here.
Hey.
So I'm Strong Confident Living. We are a lifestyle community of fitness, nutrition, and mindset. This is a business meeting. We are here in Denver. We are here in Georgia. And Lauren came up with this amazing concept of, you want to explain business for breakfast?
Yeah, everybody jokes I always eat business for breakfast just because I love reading everything, all things business development books, personal development books, everything, all things business. So when I started my Isagenix business, what greater way to do this than literally eat business for breakfast? So we're actually branding this and are going to start creating these amazing videos to help inspire all of you guys at home.
Yeah, so this Business for Breakfast series of today's broadcast is focusing on what happens when a brand new person comes in, sees the opportunity, and wants to run, right? And potentially can just see it. Our goal as leaders, so Lauren reached out to me, is to help create that vision and say, this is possible. You can move from point A in your life to point B, and here's how. So there's a lot of general questions when anyone just gets started that has to do with the biz. And we're just gonna run right into it, like objections and, just the hows and the whats. So we're gonna roll into it. It's gonna be a 30-minute segment, so hang on tight and tune in. Thanks for being here.
So I'm so excited because I want to introduce you guys Hadley. Hadley came to me not even a week ago. She hasn't even tried the products, and she's so excited about this opportunity. So first of all, Hadley, I just want to know kind of what was it that drew you to Isagenix in the first place?
It was a Strong Confident Living group, and seeing all the healthy stories and having been a member of Pearl Street Fitness at one time when I lived in Denver, and then I transferred here to Savannah to go back to college. And I transferred here as a fashion marketing major to go to school here. And right before I left, I talked to Laura and Scott about it and kind of mentioned how it would be great if I were in school. And then I just kind of kept following the group, but I just never really took the plunge until my health started to kind of take a plunge here. And, fortunately I was able to follow the workouts, when I did them. But it was really encouraging to have that. And I just got really encouraged by following, Strong Confident Living. And I contacted you because I just wasn't feeling good and I wanted to get on the products.
Yeah, I love that because you noticed how it was making me feel and how it was making everyone else feel. And that right there just kind of captured you in, and it was relatable to you.
Right.
I think what's so amazing is you reached out to me maybe a week ago. We enrolled you last Thursday. It's only been 5 days, and you have already done so much research, have already reached out to people, and you haven't even put the product in your body. What is kind of your excitement right now with that?
I just kind of see the vision. And I think also part of it is that I'm surrounded by, and it's kind of a taboo word, I think sometimes, that we keep calling these people millennials. Mm-hmm. But they really are kind of, I think, an important piece of our future. And if you see everything that's going on with how we feel about corporations and everything, and I'm looking at, I'm, not going to lie, a lot of student debt and my vision for what I want to do when I graduate. And, I'm looking at this view of Savannah, and I don't want to go back to an office for anything. No offense. I loved working for you, Lauren, but it was stuff out there.
Yes.
So I kind of see that vision and want to grab hold of that, and it excites me. And I see how, you talk about, and all due respect, I respect you as a business owner. And so if you're involved in this, it makes me think you just became an owner of your own business, but yet you're really involved in that. That's a huge confident.
And I love that you just pointed that out, because so many people are like, how do you build this into your life? Or how I don't have time for that. Or, and it's like, if we can do this when we have these huge businesses on the side and still build it into our lives and make the time for it, for starters, you make it a priority, but also it shows how bad you want it.
And I love that, because I'm not really good with time management. And I have to tell you also is that one thing that I really wanted to get on board with, not just putting the product in my body, was the mindset. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of a salty East Coaster, and I have been all my life. And you know me, I have a caustic, sarcastic sense of humor. And I think that a negative mindset just kind of became part of my rhetoric. And I've literally just been flip it and reverse it, as you say. just trying to do that with my thoughts on a daily basis because, I don't know. I've been in and out of jobs and, I've been a salesperson my whole life, but I got sick of like throwing my life up against the wall and seeing if it would stick, like job after job and then the downturn and then this and that. And I'm wanting to get off that merry-go-round. And that's why I decided to go back to college. So I'm really looking at that vision for myself. And,
well, and I love that, like on Saturday when we talked, you're like, that's what we talked about is like, well, what if you could do this in the biggest way possible? What does that look like? And create that vision and put that vision in your head. And you were sitting there and you're like, I'm laying at the beach and I'm just like dreaming of exactly what you want. And so it's amazing that you haven't even started this and you're already seeing the big picture. And I think that's why Laura and I thrive so much, is because we're such big visionaries and we see this massive plan that people probably think we're a little crazy for at times.
Right.
But
I'm motivated by palm trees too. Palm trees and
yeah. But it's what keeps us up at night, wakes us up in the morning, is that like insane deep drive and ambition. And that's why I see you as such a strong leader, because you have that already. And it's like you already did the research to like find all these different ways to connect with people and how to like get past those obstacles that people have already kind of thrown at you. And the fact that you're already doing that sets you apart from everybody, and it takes you from that good to great immediately. So that's why we really want to work with you and make you like the strongest leader possible, because we see that in you. Thank you.
So we're going to get into the nitty gritty, but I'd also just want to comment that I'm originally from outside New York City, and that saltiness turns into the spunk that also keeps you going on the tough days, right? There's a certain toughness that comes along with growing up in the East Coast sometimes, that you see like a lot of major go-getters, and the fact that Laren, who can see things too before they come true, can work with you to plant that in your subconscious mind. Like you just created a target, right? Like we see ourselves on the beach together in a couple years, clinking our glasses saying, awesome, just look at what we did. Look at all the people that we helped. It's massive. And look at the leaders that we attracted that were awesome, strong, competent people. And then it spawns all these little subgroups of, business for breakfast, beauty from within, like anything that your voice represents can live inside this incredible umbrella of a community that supports everybody's individuality. Something that's also unique to Strong Competent Living is that it's open to the public, yet we centralize like what has happened with you. We are basically centralizing all the support. That's why we're recording this. We centralize all the like support of the product use. So we know that whether it is a busy manager of salons like Laren, who's growing a whole huge other business, a busy college student or, grad student, whatever your life is, because we're centralizing all the most important pieces and engaging the community, you can be confident that you can add people in a Strong Competent Living. Be like, take a look. I've been doing these online workouts. I've been, I'm now diving into the nutrition plan months later, but I've been part of this incredible community. It weaves in business. Like I love business. It weaves in, mindset. I'm really working on motivation, and you add these people in and know that our website is literally just a support resource to grow this exponentially. And that's what's really unique about Strong Competent Living, is that like all of the stuff that's getting woven in will allow you to the confidence that you can just be like, you can plug in anyone, knowing that maybe just like you, they're not going to do the nutrition right away. And that's okay, right? Like at some point they might be engaged in it, and they're going to learn through these video chats that, can go public, through these, just dripping on just great, lots of support and love that anything can happen, right? But the whole goal is to help you towards that point B, that huge vision, and creating the milestones along the way. So with that, and you're just getting started, what are some of your biggest, like, I'm starting to share this, or I'm just embarking on this journey, what are some of the biggest questions that are coming to your mind?
I'd say kind of where you just were is segmenting how great the product is and having someone try it versus the business. Because I was like, I met with a girlfriend last night, and she had, she's like, oh yeah, I did it. It was great. I would totally do it again, but I'm traveling tomorrow. So she had, already taken the product. She doesn't do the business side of it. And she's like, yeah, I would have done it. And I said, well, did you sign the other 2 friends up just to pay for your product? And she said, well, I would have done it, but I just always felt like I was coming from that angle. And so I think that for me, it's an overcoming the objections of other people. It's like when you really want to share the product, but in the back of the mind, like, you know, you're the business is the layup. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like going from, do you want to be a layup shot or do you want to be a free throw, you know, kind of thing. And I just, you know, it's like, I know people that would really be served well just being on this product that I know don't have an ounce of wherewithal or sales skills in them or want to build a business, or maybe they're 65 and they don't even, you know, are not going to do that. But yet I know that they've had health issues, or they could just really serve by just one bottle of Ionics, for instance, instead of, you know, and then again, it's like talking and sharing the product and how great I feel, but it's like, oh, this is $400 to my college student friends. Do you know what I mean? And so it's delineating and segregating, sharing the product without the business, you know, because I'm anxious to talk about it. And I want everyone, you know, I want to build a business with people that I want to work with, like you lovely ladies, and build a team of, you know, I want to tell my friends, and those are the people that I want in my work life now, you know, that non-traditional aspect, you know, and living against the status quo of, like, you know, not having to, it just, so all of that, like, it just, and here I am, I'm just kind of like vomiting it all up. So it's like, what's the 1-2 punch about telling somebody, like your quick elevator pitch when you're discussing it and not feeling like that snake oil salesman in the background, you know?
Do you want to start, Laura? Do you want me to?
Oh, that's a lot. See, I'm really.
No, why don't you start? I have some ideas.
Okay. For example, I started as a product user. I didn't know anything about the business, and a client introduced it to me at the salon, Andrea and I started it and was obsessed with it for 3 months. And I didn't have a clue about the business side, and I wish I would have known. And it wasn't until 3 months into it that client was like, you know, you're loving this, you're telling people about it, you're enrolling people, you need to meet Laura St. John. She's really going to dive into this deeper. And like a year later, look at us now. So I felt like if I had known about the business side from day one, a lot of things would have been different. So, but at the same time, you need to look at it as majority of people are going to start as product users. The biggest skeptics are going to be the ones that turn into the business side. So you just first have to fall in love with the product yourself, then show people what it's done for you. They'll fall in love with the product and then introduce them to the business side from day one, as well as the second they sign up, do the same thing I did with you. Do you have 2 people that would be accountability partners for you? Do you have people that would want to do this, or that could benefit this, like would benefit from this in their life as well? And then all you're doing is paying it forward to them, because it is literally a gift in your life that you've been blessed with, and now you're paying forward a gift in somebody else's.
Awesome. I'm going to add to that. So that's absolutely true. So a couple things. One, whatever you're feeling, okay, you can flip the other feeling. So if you're feeling like an icky salesperson, you got to be like, why do I feel this way? How can I feel differently? What's my intention? Is my intention to sell them something? No, right? Your intention is to help them. Like you even said, maybe someone can benefit just from the minerals in Ionic Supreme. So the first thing that you need to do is take a look at what your intentions are. Your intentions are going to drive like from your heart, your feelings, and then you can feel really good about it. So first I would like you to just think about the why behind your intentions, and that's going to shift your feelings, which is going to make you act and ooze in those feelings a lot better when you plant the seed. So that's part A of the 1-2 punch, is readjust your feelings to the good side, okay, of why you're doing this. Then you act, and you're like, well, then what are the words that I can use? And you'll get words that you're comfortable with, and you have to be bad at it until you're good to find the words that make sense to Hadley, you know, in your terms. But never, if I could do it all over again, I wish that I planted the business seed from the very first conversations, and I wish that I stopped judging people like, oh, you're a 6-figure, you know, accounting executive. There's no reason why you would ever do this biz. So I'm just going to get you on the product, and I'm not even going to tell you about the biz. That happened to me even up until January of this year. And then it was like, holy Laura St. John, get out of your own way and stop judging whether that person needs it, because maybe that person's looking for fulfillment, the community, you know, just doing a side pet project business together. You just never know what those underlying like dreams are sometimes that people don't verbalize to you. So the planting of the seed, because you're excited about it, get into that feeling. And suddenly you're like, I feel so excited about it. Holy crap, I can run a business with like rock stars together and my friends if they want to feel this feeling with me. And I get to have that choice of unlimited income and potential with these people. Let me share from the
excites me, and it's like this temper, and I feel like I'm blowing someone out like the Memorex.
That's okay. That's okay, because you're going to find theirs. Laren too. She has fireworks exploding out of her chest. Okay? So that feeling.
That's when people sense like, is she crazy? She's
no.
Wait.
She wants me to do a business with her, and she's just talking about a shake, you know?
But Hadley, one thing we were talking about this weekend too is you're going to feel all this excitement. This is my problem too, is I get so excited and I just want everyone to know, but it's like you can't necessarily get them excited about your vision and your feelings. You need to find their vision and their feelings.
Yes.
So it's like, what is it that they need in their life and what inspires them and what excites them and what brings them to life? The same way it does with you, but don't sell them on what it does for you. Get them to figure out what it is for them.
That is a tremendous shift, and finding the words to do that. So let me explain how I plant the seed. So 85% of people,
personal with them, you know?
Yeah, well, it's just like connecting and aligning and recognizing that we're all on this call together right now because there's something inside our hearts that like Laren and I have a congruent feeling. So it was like, no wonder we matched, because something inside me reflected something that was already inside her, which reflects something inside you. And that's how we become attracted to one another. Even if we're all our own beings, we say, holy crap, like I see the potential of this, but I'm still going to be me. I'm going to be my own voice, and I have my own set of dreams. Okay. And that's fine. It's digging in and finding those, but you want to plant the seed in the initial combo. So as you're talking with people about like chocolate and vanilla, right? Like you're moving from a shake flavor to, OMG, this thing has unlimited potential. Like bridging that is the excitement piece. So this is how I do it. I tell people, you know, all right, chocolate or vanilla, credit card, all right, setting you up with your own wholesale account. This is all right, so it's like I get their order. Then I explain, this is the most exciting piece of what I do. I can't wait to talk to you in a couple weeks, but you don't worry, like this whole community is going to support, love, and coach you along the way. Like keep an eye. Ask the Laren question. Do you have accountability partners that would want to do this with you now? You know, that are looking to, and look at the U+2 script. Isagenix has amazing tools that they literally hand us on a golden platter on isagenixbusiness.com. And you just tweak the templates to make them your own. So when you look at the U+2 script, you see it's made with words like naturally, you know, people like yourself that might want to age more youthfully, you know, just had a baby, love to travel, you know, want to lose weight, whatever it is, it's got a great template. Do you have accountability partners? So that plants seed 1. Seed 2, which grows much bigger, is what's so exciting. I know you're going to love these products. You're going to see fantastic results. You paint that picture. 85% of Isagenix people are happy product users and just love the product. But I want to let you know something that's so important that I wish I knew from day one. Like Laren can say this now. I you know, there is a tremendous opportunity. And I'm part of a movement. It's called Strong Confident Living. We are growing. I'm going to add you to the support group right on Facebook. I'm going to send you the link to the website. It's got all these amazing resources. It's going to help you on your journey. But the most important thing that I want you to recognize is whether you see the opportunity side now by just getting some accountability partners. It's going to pay for your product. You can get up to $350, $370 back right now before your product even gets to your door. And I can show you how in a minute. But the biggest piece is that within a few weeks, you're going to feel so good that people are going to be asking you, Hadley, like, what's that glow? Like, why do you have that extra skip in your step? Like, what's different about you? And Laren can explain in a minute how this is starting to happen to her even more and more now that she's even glowing more about this. And so I plant the seed telling people whether you want to do this as a quote business or not, or a side project, know one thing. One, it can always bring you additional income stream. Like if you ever want to pay off some debt, go on another vacation as a family, whatever it is, just know you can reach back to me. And at that point, I can help you. I can help you because I'm doing it myself, and it's been phenomenal, and it's changed my life, and I love changing the lives of other people. Okay. The second thing is you're going to attract it whether you want it or not. So either when you start attracting it, Hadley, in 2 weeks, and they're like, what are you doing? Either refer them back to me so they just don't go like searching online of who can get me this Isagenix stuff. Larry could explain that too. Or, so refer them back to me, but I'm going to teach you how simple it is to literally just enroll them with their own wholesale accounts like you have. And this is when you will recognize that there is a huge gold mine opportunity at your door to make an additional $500 a month on up. What would that do to your life? I just want you to think about what would $500 do to your family's life? Like how different would that be? How could that help you? And when you start to get people's like wheels thinking of, wow, $500, like that would really pay for my groceries. It would pay for my healthy. It would pay for my products. That changes everything. So it's a gentle seed planting of excitement, saying you don't have to do this now, but I want you to really recognize it and think about it because I wish I knew from day one. And you could say, you can just use your own story. I've been following my friend Laren, and I knew these gym owners in Denver, and now I see them blowing up. And this is just too exciting not to share. I'm doing this. It's kind of like with or without you. This is a huge opportunity. I know Laren.
She just nailed that too. It's like with or without you, no matter what, I see this and I'm going for it. Because there's a difference between trying to convince someone to do something versus just sharing why you're doing it and why you love it, and it will naturally attract people into you. There was a big shift like a year ago where I wanted to just reach out to everyone and be like, you have to do this because I'm doing it, I love it. Versus now it's like, I'm doing this no matter what, and I see this big vision and I'm obsessed with this. And like she said, there's fireworks just shooting out of my chest, and it's naturally just drawing people to it because they're seeing like, okay, what is she doing? I want to be a part of that. I want that. And so, sorry, someone's calling. So when you change that mind shift too, kind of also what you said earlier, get all the negative out and just focus on the positive and what you do want, you're going to start to attract those people to you. Also identify those characteristics that are the type of leader that you want on your team. Laura did that for me, and it made a huge difference. It's like, it's not just these people. I want this person. I want this person. You're basically choosing these people to build a business with and to be leaders with you and to move forward into this next chapter of your life. So if you could choose anybody to do this with, what does that look like? What are those characteristics in a leader that you want on your team? And you'll naturally just start to attract those people in.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I have a Mini Cooper, and, and now I see them everywhere. I drive and I see Mini Coopers everywhere. And the day before I owned a Mini Cooper, I didn't see them anywhere. Right. So once you actually identify, I'm looking for passionate, powerful, go-getters, happy, whoever you want to surround yourself with.
And speak the language. Like when you post something, don't say, if you're broke and you need to change, I want you on my business. You're attracting broke people. If you want, I'm hungry for life. I'm a strong entrepreneur. I'm a go-getter. I want people who are like-minded, who think like me and just want to build a business. That type of mentality, that's what you're going to attract. Those people are going to see those words, and that is going to resonate with them.
Yep. All right, let's move on to other questions.
I think, and just to kind of touch on that, Hadley, one of your questions before was just how do you present it on your Facebook and social media pages? Again, it's not something that you need to put a shake up and be like, this is my Isagenix shake, and this is all about it. But it's how do you build it into your life? Like, what are the things before Isagenix that you were doing and versus now after Isagenix? Once you start, you're going to notice this huge shift in your energy and everything about like your body, your skin, your performance when you're working out, those type of things. So if you just show what it's doing for your life, as opposed to just saying this is what it is, that's going to be the best way to promote it within your social media.
Okay.
Yep. And we say Isagenix, you have to be careful with compliance. Like, you don't want to say I lost X amount. You can't make product claims. We can't make income claims. but I can be like, holy mackerel, I'm at this hotel. Like, thank gosh, for like my change of life, because it now pays for all my family vacations, or it's you finding what like internally motivates you. And finding, if you could define what you would be, and, I have a training on this on the YouTube channel, in 3 words. Mine's family, freedom, and fun. Then again, it's if you can define yourself in 3 words, you're going to start to see those things everywhere. So if mine's freedom, then anything I see throughout my 24 hours that has anything to do with my freedom and what freedom means to me, which is different to you, different than Laren, that's part of my lifestyle. And I know that freedom's a big piece of me, and it's what motivates me. And I love giving it to others, so I can like post about, gosh, this is such an amazing call, because I just like love helping people like find freedom in their life. And that's it. It might just be one line, or I could just be at the park at noon today and be like, freedom is creating my own schedule today. And I'm sitting here at the park vegging at noon because I can, like things like that people are like, what is she doing? Like, how has her life changed? And what, so now people reach out to me saying, I want that same freedom, Laura. Like, I want to have that lifestyle with my family. And the same thing with millennials and different things, like whatever your voice is, that change that you want to make, the non-status quo, like the not being tethered to the 9 to 5, like that voice is so powerful in the young entrepreneur community. I don't speak to that crowd. I'm 40 years old, but then it's great because we're all in this community together, and suddenly they see Hadley's voice coming in as often as you want through comments and posts or, videos or whatever you want to be. And then as you're adding people to the community, they see you're part of the voice, of your own voice, and it inspires them to become their own voice. And that's how this thing is growing such crazy momentum, is that you're going to not need to be knowing all these things 100% now. You just need to trust. This is why the whole first lesson is really trust and take that leap, dive in, because it's going to be a fun ride. And you do have to keep stumbling and falling and then getting back up and keep going. And that's what we're all here for. We still do. Yesterday was a tough day for me. And then I had a migraine. And then, you know what I mean? You see all this like ripple effect. And then I'm like, wake up today and it's going to be a great day. So it's just, it's sharing that authenticity and sharing that vulnerability of, of wherever you are in the moment, and being that voice is so important. And then you'll get more and more comfortable with then how does that translate to your personal social media? And it's going to be, committing to at least 2 posts a day, just so people see, that what's she doing? It could be anything. It could be.
And it's truly breaking through that fear. It's like you're not the only person. Every single person goes through this. Is like, what are people going to think of me? How many likes am I going to get? What are they going to say? Do they think I'm doing something part of a pyramid? Like all these things. But if you just break through that fear and it truly comes from your heart with feeling and emotion, it's like nothing can hold you back in that sense. And all it's going to do is attract people to you. Nobody's going to say, oh my gosh, she's so happy, and look at it as a bad thing.
I love the day that Laren's like, come join my pyramid, right? I'll never forget that message. Because I'm like, usually people are like,
no, I said now I'm like, it's a family tree.
Family tree, but it's not, its connotation is whatever you give it. Like Laren was so excited, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to build an empire, right? Like this, like I've always said, it's Laren LLC, right? Like it's like her own empire.
Well, it's like I said, the salty East Coaster. I'm like, I don't care what shape it's in as long as you put it in my bank account,
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Well, and Hadley, you trust me because if I put my name on something, I'm going to stand behind it 100%. And if I do something, I literally become it. You're the same way. So you have to trust that whatever you go out there and put out there, people are going to take that seriously. Yes, you have a sarcastic humor and things like that, but people take you as a leader seriously. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you want. That if you put your name behind this, people are going to trust that and they're going to want to know what you're doing.
And belief in the industry of network marketing is really, Network marketing is real people becoming the customers, becoming the marketing engine of a brand that has to have real products that work behind it all, or it would literally fall apart within the first year. And you see that all the time in network marketing. Companies that literally open up, and that's what creates the damage control in the industry. Companies open up just with the pure intention to make a ton of money. And then it unravels because they don't have like a solid compensation plan. They don't have solid founders. They don't have a solid company structure or even products that work really well. And then things unravel. Isagenix, not only are they a $4 billion company, but when you do the due diligence, I mean, they're the kinds of awards, and the founders of Isagenix came out of retirement to literally start a company, having already built, $1 million companies, $1 billion companies, having already formulated products. So the intentions, when you like strip Isagenix down to its core, is so pure that the founders created this just to contribute health and wellness and wealth to the world. That when you go to a big event, which is, definitely something that you want to do, there's one coming in Atlanta in October, just get to a big event, because when you understand and see that at the core, that this company has been around 13 plus years, it's expanding all over the world, the intentions and the qualities at the core have such solid integrity and no compromise standards, that's the backbone of the network marketing model here, where it's, gosh, if we have this amazing thing, who's best to sell this? Is it Whole Foods or Costco or things? No, because that would be people ripping it off the shelf, wanting it. I would have brought all my family there saying, go buy this stuff, but I'll support you. But like a rep at Costco is not going to go support someone, right? So this network marketing model is, let's create real people sharing real results, and that also becomes the support and marketing engine of this entire infrastructure. And instead of, I love that David Norrie, our friends, this past 2 Saturdays at an event we did, he said, if they're going to spend, if a company spends $3 million on an ad, instead with network marketing, they put the $3 million into, I think it was 75 families making $40,000 a pop because they shared it. So it's just a flip of how can the real people who love this, and again, back to 85% of people are just fans of the product. A very few slim people will become entrepreneurs. And that's where we step in saying, all right, that's a huge business opportunity. There's a company out here where 85% of the people are just love the product. That's huge, right? 85% of your people you enroll just love on the product and potentially share it with a handful of people. But a very small percent, actually 5%, are true. Then there's the product sharers, but then 5% are business builders that say, let's link arms, let's do something here, let's make a huge splash in the world, and along the way, let's become executive and platinum and make millions and millions of dollars. And every dollar we make, we know we have helped someone, but why not? Why not live this unbelievable, extraordinary life? And it takes a person with big vision to see that, and perseverance to keep going.
One thing I love that Eric Worre said when we were at his leadership seminar in Vegas was that it takes $65,000 for someone to build a business, and then it takes a couple of years for them to earn that money back before then they start to earn money and actually make profit. Whereas Isagenix, it costs $300 to invest in your health, and immediately when you start signing up people, you earn that back, and then you just build your business from there and earn all the profit from day one. And that's huge to also tell people, is like, if you want to be an entrepreneur and have your business, look at how fast you can start making money. But like Laura said, every dollar is going back to helping somebody where you truly know you made a difference in somebody's life.
So bottom line, be a seed planter. Your garden's gonna grow, and the sooner you plant the seed, the better. And the excitement seed is even stronger. And release all judgment and don't make assumptions. Just let them know, hey, I'm doing this. It's amazing, and you should take a look, and I'll add you to the community.
Okay.
We need to wrap up this call. So does this part just help you? Because I think anyone watching, just who's like, hey, just even trying to go from product to biz and getting comfortable and understanding a little more, how do you feel?
Good. Very good.
I think on the next call, we should address one of your biggest questions too, Hadley, that other people always have is, You said encouraging people not to eat. Well, let's rephrase that. So technically
No, that's just how how I speak.
Six times a day.
The first time I heard about Isagenix, I immediately thought of Scott and his workouts, and I'm thinking, wow, would a trainer really suggest that somebody not eat, but not use real food, meaning, what I'm saying? And that's the power that I saw. And wow, these products must be amazing, and the nutrients that you would suggest that somebody fast for a day, which, I mean, traditionally I know has been great. I mean, I had an old Italian uncle that used to once a week drink distilled water, and that's all he did. And he lived to be like, 100 Italian years old. You know what I'm saying? So the whole fasting part I got, and it was more impressive.
Well, a lot of people feel that way where they hear cleanse and they immediately think, do I just drink shakes all day or do I just drink juice all day? And is it a colonic cleanse versus a cellular cleanse? So I think we can absolutely address that, or we can just set up another call for that.
Yeah, and all over the Strong Confident Living website now are resources for people. I'm getting messages daily of people being like, I had no idea that I really needed to eat more to shed fat. I didn't, and people that are following the Simple 6 meal plan and all the resources on there. So look at that, look at the community as great for interaction on Facebook, but look at the website on Strong Confident Living for literally all the support resources that just share, this is a lifestyle. We weave it in. It's like 1/6 of what we do, but it's to weave it into this kick-ass lifestyle, all fitness, all nutrition, all mindset and motivation. And it's built on support and connection. So take a look at those resources. Thank you all for being there. I'm gonna hang up at least on the recording part. So if you've watched this, connect with us online, become part of Strong Confident Living. Let Hadley, Laren, and I know that you watched our video, what you found inspiring or what spoke to you. Thanks, guys.